channel, y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the latest review of Love Island. Let's talk about it, honey. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and hop in. All right, so they done brought the new ladies to the house. Okay, the new ladies are there getting ready to have their dinner and their dessert. But I just want to point out this because I definitely feel away. I feel like they bring in more women into the show than they've brought in more men. Is it me? Is it just me? Because I feel like it's a bit unfair at this point. That's how I'm feeling. I don't like that they bringing in all these ladies, okay? I definitely feel a way about that. But let's go ahead and move on, okay? I will say this. I'm feeling annoyed by Corey. I'm not featuring Corey right now. It's something about him. I think it's the fact that he skated so much throughout this process, just like Jeremy. And I'm tired of it at this point. And I'm so glad that he highlighted that when he was having to sit down with, I believe it was Alana, one of the ladies. And he talked about how everybody calls him skipping rocks. Skipping rocks. And I'm like, you mother right, you was over here skipping to your loo with these rocks, honey, okay? Because I thought you was just skating, but you was over here skipping. And I still feel a way about it, okay? So, yeah, I'm tired of Corey. And then it was like, I don't know, it's something about him. Like, I didn't like the arrogance that he had. It's just I don't like Corey. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan. That whole energy that he went to Jeremy, when he and Jeremy realized that they were interested in the same lady, he was like, oh, we're doing this again. Like all this extra stuff. Like it's something about Corey. I'm not a fan. And if he goes home, I wouldn't be mad. I still want to see Jeremy go home before him. But if Corey leaves, baby, bye. Okay? Bye. All right, let's go ahead and move on. All right. The new girls, they feel like the new guys is not the new guys, but they feel like the guys in the house are very attractive. They look way better in person. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes. I don't know what it is. Is that what it is? It could be that him acting brand new because I guess now he has more options and things. And it's like, and there's nothing wrong with having the confidence, but it's something that I don't like it. At first, she was looking like a sad puppy, and then after you came out of the sad puppy range, you was cool, and then now you up here, and I'm like, baby, you need to bring it back, okay? We need you to come from here and come down, all right? That's what it's something about it, and I can't stand it, okay? What else do we have? So Corey thinks that Bailey is bad. He like, oh, Bailey bad. You know what I'm saying? She 42, period. And Jeremy's like, oh, dude, I'm all over that. And it's like, see, Jeremy, didn't you learn your lesson the last time? Did you not learn you already took Florida from this man? Okay. And now here it is. We got Miss Bailey. You want to take her too? Goodness. Okay, Jeremy ain't nobody friend. I don't care what nobody in that house say. Jeremy ain't nobody friend, honey. What y'all said? Corey has zero game. Listen to me. Let me tell you something. Jeremy ain't got no game for real either. But we're gonna go ahead and move on. So where else are we at? Okay. I feel like the guys are really enjoying this break from the ladies. You have everybody else at the top of the villa looking down on these dates, okay? Miss Kyra said something that pissed me off, but I'm gonna get to that. Let me go ahead and speak with Atlanta. I think that's how you say her name, Atlanta. Here, so it's Atlanta, and she sat with Will. She said she really liked his energy. She asked him if he was open to, other options and getting to know other people, and he tells her no. Pretty much, he was like, I've already tested my relationship. I'm not at a place where I'm willing to test that anymore. I feel like I'm okay with Kyra, like I'm good with where I'm at. So Will said he gonna stick beside her. That's his plan. He's gonna stick beside her. So while they're standing at the top, and you got Cash, you got Shannon, you got Josh, you got Olivia, you got Trina, you got everybody at the top, including Kyra. They looking down, watching the dates happen. And Kyra says, Will didn't make eye contact with me. He never does that. He never not make eye contact with me. Girl, his date is sitting right here. I feel like that'd be very disrespectful if he looked up there to see what you talking about when his date is sitting right here in front of him. You be in this man's face 3,028. Okay, 3,028 is how much you be in this man's face, and you mean to tell me he didn't make eye contact with me? He never does that. I cannot with Kyra. That's why I want them out the house, okay? Because even with all of the attention that he gives her, it's still not enough, okay? I'm tired of Kyra. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her complaining about the smallest little things. I'm just sick of her. Let's go ahead and move on. We learned that Bailey is really into Jeremy. Of course, Ellie is really liking Corey. But when it comes to Bailey, y'all know she already had that talk with Will. Will told me he gonna stick beside her. And I think that she kind of felt the way because I don't think she got a lot of options in the house. The people that she interested in is already coupled up. Like I think at a later point, she talked about Josh. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't leaving Miss Shannon. So, yeah. And it's funny when I reflect back on last night, Shannon said, we want to have people in the house that's going to be open to new connections. And as I think about it, I'm like, well, since you, Josh, Will, and Kyra are not open to new connections, can you guys go ahead and leave? Can you just make the decision to pack your bags and go? Can you all leave, please? Okay. Since you want to be like that. But let's go ahead and move on. So they get ready to bring out the dessert. I believe Corey was a part of this. Charlie was a part of this. And it was one more person. Jeremy, I think. I think it was Jeremy because I think he sat with Alana. Anyway, so Cash over there looking down on Charlie and she over there shook. She talking about she nervous. I'm like, yeah, you better be nervous, Miss Mamas. Okay? Because you wasn't nervous when you had this man up here looking like a fool when you was back here running around after Cinco. So you better be nervous. You better be shooketh. All right. Charlie says that he is open to getting to know Ellie because that's who he sat down with to have dessert with. And he was like, yeah, I'm open to, getting to know you and everything. He's still, focused on Cash. He still wants to have something with Cash. But if Miss Thane wants to get to know him and have a conversation, he's not going to not do that pretty much. Okay. Bailey really likes her some Corey. She doesn't understand how he wasn't anyone's number one. She didn't understand how nobody came in the house, made him number one, and really stuck with him. And I'm like, girl, well, it looked like it's about to be the same kind of way that you done did, Miss Mamas, because you over here talking to Josh, talking about how I really like Corey, but Jeremy is really surprising me. So obviously it's the same way. The same thing that happened to them, it looks like it's about to happen with you, but let's move on. All right, so Ellie, she thinks that Charlie is really calm. When she sat with Charlie, she felt like he was too calm for her energy. And then he'll go Bailey talk about, well, Cash is really like up there with her energy. So, maybe, I'm sure he has to rise to that occasion to be with Cash. So maybe just give him a little time. I said, no, ma'am, it's not going to change, ma'am. That's who Charlie is. They're not going to do that. He's not going to give you more energy than what you already seen at the table. All right. Period. All right. So y'all are already not going to be a match right there, sister girl. What else we got? Alana, Atlanta, she's liking Jeremy. Now, at first, she wanted Will, couldn't have Will. She sat out with Jeremy. She's liking Jeremy. And I'm like, girl, that ain't what you want. Y'all know how Shannon had looked at Jeremy when he picked Jenny and said, poor guy. I'm looking at Miss Alana like, poor girl. No, ma'am, not him. That's not the one that you want. I feel like Miss Elena, I keep saying her name wrong. I think it's Atlanta. I think she gonna go home. I do. I don't think she got no options in the house like that. I think she's definitely going to be one of the ladies that's not going to be a part of the recoupling. I think she is indeed going to go home. What else did I want to say? And then Ellie, Ellie might not. Ellie might go home. Who could she couple up with? Maybe Jeremy, but Jeremy is into Bailey. But if Bailey is into Corey, Olivia's going home. Period. She's going home. She's gonna go home. If Bailey is actually interested in Corey, so we'll get to that. Ellie, Elena, and Bailey. Bailey keeps saying that Jeremy is nice. That's interesting. When they ask her, she's like, oh, he's nice. I'm like, okay, so you like him at first, and then now you're saying he's nice. And I feel like that wasn't her first time saying it. So for me, it's giving you're just not that into him, okay? He's just not what you probably thought that he was, okay? So that's interesting. Ellie wants to get to know more about Corey, and she doesn't necessarily believe that Olivia and Corey's relationship is real. I said, well, hello, Miss Mamas. A lot of us out here in America don't believe that either. We feel like that was a tactic and it was a scheme that Todd came up with for them to come to us with the BS because they trying to stay on your show. That's what I was gathering. But Miss Bailey definitely wants her some of Jeremy too. So that's where she's like, what do I do? Okay. So the girls show the new girls where the condoms and stuff is. So they show them like, okay, these are the, sanitary napkins and this and that. Okay. And then there's a few condoms down here too. Okay. Elena said, well, wait a minute. Who in here fucking? Who in here doing all that? I didn't see Shannon open her mouth, but I did see Kyra say them. Kyra pointed right at Miss Shannon, honey. And I wish you would have snapped off on Miss Kyra like you did Miss Jenny. And I still don't agree with that. I still think that's disrespectful to have people in a room, all in one room, and y'all out there just getting it in out in the open. I don't condone that. I can't get with it. I don't want to hear nobody smashing and dashing over here on the side of me. No, ma'am. So I hope they gave them people some plugs for their ears or something, because that right there is just too much. I don't approve of that. But let's move on. All right. Cash asked Josh what the most recent, so they played this game or whatever, and Cash asked Josh what was the most recent lie that he told to a girl. Y'all, Josh was dating a chick before he came to Love Island. He never told her about Love Island. And he just ghosted her. So I'm sure she's watching this show, and I'm surprised we haven't seen no tweets or videos or anything about him. But I'm sure she's watching this show and she mad as hell, especially to see that he didn't sat up here and connected with Miss Shannon, honey. So baby girl is definitely pressed, okay? Yeah, and I also don't believe that Josh is fully changing for Shannon. I think Josh is gonna go back to who he was as soon as they leave out this villa. Charlie asked if she could do anything in the world. No, Charlie asked Olivia if she could do anything in this world, what would it be? Do y'all know she said have sex with Corey? See, she really said that, so everybody went crazy when they heard it. But she really said that because I think that was her way of letting the girls know, like, we that tight, we that in with it, okay? Don't mess with my man. I'm gonna be the one to bring it to you, okay? That's the energy she was giving me. What else? Olivia asked Trina, what's more important, intelligence or the DIC size? The DICK size. Trina said, obviously intelligence, and hopefully he has enough intelligence to, make his DICK, work for the woman that he's with. And I'm like, Trina, just say the dick size, girl. Just say that. Just say it, because that's what you mean. That's what you led with anyway when you came to the house. All right, and we know you ain't talking about no intelligence, ma'am, because according to Cinco, y'all conversations was flat. So what was y'all really over there talking about, ma'am? It wasn't intelligence, but I didn't say it. I'm just telling you what Cinco said. So we're gonna go get this food on past. All right. Now Corey asked Bailey who caught her eye the most. Corey gets on my nerves with these questions. He always be like the first person. So who's the person that caught your eye when you came in? So who is it that you're liking the most? What are your thoughts about it? If you could kiss any guy right now, and I'm just like, Corey, sit down. Like it's something about. I'm not. I'm tired of Corey, y'all. I'm tired of him. He was just getting on my nerves. So he asked Bailey, who's the person that caught her eye the most? And of course she says you. Corey was the person that caught her eye. Okay. Ellie was asked about who she would couple up with if she had the chance. And then Ellie says Corey. I was like, okay, that was interesting. I don't think I was really expecting that one for some reason. Yeah, maybe so. Okay, cool. So Miss Ellie said that it was Corey. She would have coupled up with. And then Ellie asked, no, not Ellie, but Elena asked him, like, yo, if you could kiss any girl right now, who would it be? And he said, well, I've already kissed pretty much all of the old girls that are here. So if I had to choose out of the new girls, it would be Bailey. And I was just like, you are such a dork, bro. Like, let's move on. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. So Bailey asked Corey about Olivia. Corey says that they never liked each other before. Duh, they didn't. He said afterwards, after Casa Amor, they just gravitated to each other. Y'all ain't have no damn choice but to gravitate to each other. Y'all ain't have no connection. That's fake. Anyway, Corey says that his eggs are not all in one basket when Miss Thing asked, because he feeling him some Bailey. So when she said that, he was like, nah, they ain't in one basket. You can come talk to me whenever you want to. I'm here for it. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay. So Corey asked what did Corey ask? Oh, here he go again. So who are you guys liking the most? You know what I'm saying? That's out here. Who are you guys liking the most out of all of the guys? Didn't you just ask this shit another time? And you asking it again? Like, bro, if you want to hear that majority of the girls are into you, you've already heard it. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so then Alana says Josh and Corey, of course. Ellie says, I don't know anymore. Like, none of you guys have, made my heart pity patter or anything. So, it's just up in the air right now. Oh, I can't, which was funny because Jeremy decided to ask Miss as soon as she said that, Jeremy walks down and say, "Hey Ellie, you want to have a talk?" So he takes her upstairs. It was interesting to me for real because I'm like, outside of Florida, I haven't seen Jeremy be aggressive with anybody. So for him to pull Miss Ellie to the side to have a conversation was very interesting. But I tell you this, Miss Ellie wasn't that focused on him because she was like, "Oh, he reminds me of my dad. Like his shape, his build. It's like, oh my God, you know, I really don't like looking at him. He reminds me of my dad." And then your dad came and invited you out to have a chat. Good night. So but they was up there, you know, pretty much just chit-chatting with each other. You know, he talked about how he got a big personality, but when he came in the house, he was shy. You still are a bit. I haven't seen anything outgoing about you. You've been around the cameras for some time. Like you haven't really come out of that shell to me. So, I mean, okay. Anyway, so Josh and Bailey, she pulls Josh for a chat, but she really just wanted to talk to him about the guys that she's liking in the house or whatever. And I thought that was interesting for her to pull Josh aside because the way she pulled him to the side was like they were familiar with each other or something. So I'm like, do y'all already know each other? Or something like that. It was just like interesting how she pulled him to the side to talk. Okay, he asked her about her dates. She tells him about Corey, and she also tells him about Jeremy. She's really liking Corey, but she's talking about Jeremy is surprising her. I said, I guess so, because you know he surprised me too when he pulled Miss Ellie upstairs for a conversation. So I mean, I guess. I guess he is surprising people, but he encourages her to go after Corey, saying that Olivia won't mind. I'm like, Olivia is definitely gonna be mine, but you know, Corey is always team his dudes. Okay, whatever his dudes really want, for the most part, he's for it, except for Will. He don't be for him. He's not team Will be faithful to Kyra. He's like team explore these other women. Okay, because I'm tired of you and Kyra too. What else did we have? Okay, so they got a text, right, to do this game. It was like, I'm gonna say Water Olympics because they had different games that they played. Y'all, in my opinion, this was like the first game that they played this season that did not have any kissing. I can't recall anything else that they've done that didn't involve any kissing. I feel like this was like the first game and it was refreshing. I was like, okay, great. This is awesome. People really having a great time, truly enjoying their experience and not slobbering each other down. Okay. So they must have made some changes after they heard me say something about people catching coronavirus and some mono, honey. But anyway, let's move on. All right. So Elena and Corey. Okay. Elena is thinking everyone is coupled up. And Corey tells her, well, the only people that's really coupled up for real are, you know, Will and Kyra and Shannon and Josh. But if you came to any of us wanting to get to know us and have a conversation, like nobody's gonna shut you down. So that's where I feel like how Miss Elena was feeling in the beginning. I think she may be feeling a little kind of defeated, like she ain't got no options in the house for real. Nobody else is really piquing her interest except for the people that's already coupled up. So she too, she gonna go home, and Ellie possibly is going to go home as well. She said ain't nobody make her heart pitter patter, so I think she's going to leave. And I feel like with Olivia, I feel like she may get a pass. Okay, if they kick out two ladies, I feel like those two ladies are going to be the ones to go. It's going to be Ellie and Miss Elena. I feel like they're going to be the ones to go if it's just two ladies, because I also feel like they're going to save Olivia yet again, even if Corey decides to go with Miss Bailey. We'll see how that's going to play out. Okay. What else we got? Olivia still freaking out because Corey is actually starting to like these girls, and she see that her time coming to an end. My words, not hers. Cash tells her to not overthink until he comes to her and tell her. And I was like, Cash, shut the hell up. You was over here overthinking just a minute ago when Cinco wasn't telling you too much a damn thing. You was over here freaking out your damn self, okay? And he was showing you a whole lot with his actions anyway. So you need to be quiet on giving advice, all right? But it seems like Miss Olivia need to be shaking in her boots, honey, because it seems like Corey's going to be getting much closer with Bailey on the next episode. So, good luck. Okay, but that's all that I have. Okay, I thank you guys so much for coming over to my channel and checking me out. Please know that I have already done a review for F Boy Island. If you guys have not checked that show out, check it out. They got like 3 episodes up on HBO Max. I've just uploaded review 1, so definitely after this video go and check that one out. And then I'm going to try to get episodes 2 and 3 out to you guys as well before Wednesday, because I think they may drop more episodes on Wednesday. And y'all, it is a very, very interesting show. Okay, the ladies are in charge. They get to choose who they want, and they also have to decipher who is an F boy versus who is actually a nice guy. And honey, it's already messy because one of these dudes is just there to keep up a lot of mess. And then the F boys don't make it no better because they have their own hidden agendas as well. So y'all make sure y'all check out that show, F Boy Island, as well as my latest review. And I'll be back tomorrow for another live for Love Island. And I think I'm probably going to do some more videos on After the Island because I saw that they've interviewed some people that have now left the island. So I'm going to get all that together for you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.